on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. Can you hear the music? Is it getting you pumped?
I'm not hearing the music, but maybe they can.
Hmm, I don't know. Never mind. Turn it off. All right, let's check.
Wait,
All right.
the remember the last time we were testing the live, you were sharing the clips, the
Yeah,
trailers.
yeah.
Hopefully that
I gotta
works.
find all this. I don't know where anything is. I'm totally not prepared.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to find all my stuff. Media. All right, I got all my clips. I'm not seeing
Good.
this on Facebook though. Oh, live. I gotta kick live video on Facebook. Go live.
Okay.
What are we live on?
We are. I got 'em. Oh, we're live on Facebook.
Are we?
We sure are.
I don't see it.
I do. You're right. The headphones make my hair look
Where
poofy.
do you see us live on Facebook?
Okay. Okay. You just have to go to the I guess the channel page, the home channel page, and you should see it.
I have on the Movie Killers podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. God damn it. All right, we're live on Instagram. I can see that. Muted. Yeah, dude, I'm not seeing this on Facebook.
Cam sees him, sees us too, so we're definitely live.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna tell her to try IG, and she'll report back. All right. So I think the last time we were talking, which I thought was a good segment, was we were doing the predictions for the 2026 lineup for all the movie releases. Very
Yep.
interesting. And I think the last time you were playing some pretty good trailers. I thought it was interesting only because some of the titles that you brought up, I had no idea that they were coming out this year. Some of the, I guess, some of the other franchise, movies like The Mummy, that was a surprise to me. I had no idea. But then again, I mean, in terms of marketing, some start very, very early, and then some start, you don't hear about it till weeks in advance. Like I started seeing trailers for Doomsday, and that's not out till I think December,
December. Yeah,
right?
December.
So I mean, with
Yep.
those big studio budgets, like for the like, what if it's a Marvel or DC, they usually spend a ton of money on marketing. And to me, it's like they already have a following, and is it really warranted to spend all that money? I guess so, because they know they know their market. They know it's in terms of predictability, it's pretty close in terms of predicting what their gross dollars could be. So I guess they just follow they stick to the script when promoting the film.
Yeah, and one of the things that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to try to change the layout a little bit to see if it makes a difference, because as we try the different live components, and I look at it on Instagram, and if anybody's out there and you're watching us on Instagram, if you could let us know how it looks. Does it look all right? Does it not look good? Because if I look at it, it looks like we're kind of side by side, but we're half buried. So it's hard for me to make it big to see what it looks like. But again, we're still trying to figure some of this out. So the other piece is for everybody who listened to us on Facebook the other night. If you're listening to us again, we're going to cover some of the same material that we covered the other night. Because again, as we continue to practice and we continue to work through the live components, we also want to record the podcast. So we're kind of a little bit of about a week behind because we've been messing around with the live stuff, but the live is important. We want to get that working. So if you guys listened the other night, you noticed there was a little bit of echo. We tried to take some of the echo out. It's going to happen as we go through some growing pains and we try to figure this stuff out. But we're also going to cover some of the same material. But to Mark's point, what we were talking about were the 2026 release schedule of major theatrical components and then also some of the smaller releases that go along with that. And we are also going to add to the website. If you guys didn't take a look, we have a new Mendoza line as we went across the different actors who kind of fall above and below Ben Affleck. He's our baseline of badness. And then we're going to add another movie line below that where we're going to come in and say, here's the movies that we think are going to make money. Here's the movies that we feel are not going to earn money. And then we're going to take some feedback from our audience to go in. And we've already gotten a couple of the $5 He-Man bets. I'm surprised that we've gotten as many as we have. So people are betting that He-Man is actually going to make some money. And if you've seen the trailer, I don't know how you could feel that way. But if you'd like, I'm going to play it for you right now, just as we kind of set our baseline of what we feel is going to be the big loser of 2026. So let's see if we can get that going.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god.
See, this is bad already, right?
That stuff
8 seconds in, and I'm like, oh my
real.
goodness gracious.
Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's...
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
And somehow I feel like the
it
majority
sounds
of our
crazy,
audience
but that sword
is into sword stuff and nerd
is gonna
things.
show me
So
the way
hopefully
home.
this could appeal to them, I guess.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
All right. I got to stop it. I can't go through that anymore. But
They
Nicholas
follow the same
Galitzine,
template. It's
it's not good. It's
recycled template. But I know we mentioned this when we were kind of debating this in the last our last episode. I think it's going to do okay, but again, just to kind of reiterate, the break even is about 330, 350 million, right? With the budget and the marketing dollars. That's such a big number. So I think I would agree that it probably won't break even. However, after the theatrical release, and I know they're thinking about this, they've got to, right? It's just going to be a resurgence of all the He-Man dolls and Skeletor dolls.
Hold on. Name one He-Man doll or toy outside of He-Man and Skeletor, and there's no way you remember the tiger's name.
I
So
don't.
give me one other toy that you played with as a kid that was He-Man.
But that's not important. Like, you don't have to know the tiger's name to want to buy the tiger doll. And this is why I think this is why He-Man got the backing. It will, marginally do well, maybe break even, but they have the merchandising to follow, that theatrical release. And then it goes to streaming video and then all that stuff. So I think overall, and we probably won't see those numbers. Like, we don't tie in merchandising dollars, but I think
I don't know, man. I think kids are all about K-pop Demon Hunters and all the different components that they see on Netflix and all the the show's online. Prove me wrong. It's all good. Guys, the bet's up. It's on the website. We're going to create the movie line and we're going to go through and we're going to say these are the movies that stink. So I know that it's Movie Killers podcast, but a lot of these movies fail because they followed the template of Jared Leto, Skeletor. This is what got the attention. You have a no-name actor, which is okay, but you have material that's just not going to appeal to the larger, broader audience. Mark disagrees. He thinks it's got a shot, but that's why we're here, and that's why we do this together, because if we both had the same opinion on everything, it would get kind of old and get kind of boring.
Yeah, I did say I agree with you in the sense that I don't think it's going to make money. I think it's going to come close to breaking even if you're just counting box office dollars. But I think where it does generate revenue is the merchandising. It has to. Like look at all the He-Man fanboys that probably from the 80s and 90s. Actually, it was only like I think a 2-year run, like 83 to 85. So not a long run in terms of a cartoon. So it's going to be close. I'm very interested to see how this thing plays out.
All right. Well, we're going to wait till June to see. But the other thing that we spoke about when we were talking about the movies is that's a big release weekend. So you got Toy Story 5.
Yeah.
Oh, the one I missed. You got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and you got Masters of the Universe, and you got this what's the Disclosure Day. Steven Spielberg, all coming, Emily Blunt, all coming out within 2 weeks of each other. So, and you got the start of the summer. Kids are in school. They're getting ready to head to the beach. They're doing their thing, family vacation. And you got He-Man coming out in the middle of all that. It's bad math, right? Like I take opinion out of it. I could care less about He-Man or anything about it, but just from a math, data, statistics perspective, this thing is just firing on all the wrong cylinders to try to make money. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but historically though, June has always been
big release weekend. Yeah,
right?
For sure.
That's the beginning of the the big movie season. So the only difference is, and we talked about this, I know probably from time to time, is the duration of time when it stays in theaters is not as long as it was in the past. And I don't know how much of an appeal outside of the U.S. He-Man has, or in terms of even popularity, if any, right? So, yeah, it's going to be that's a tough hurdle for it to break even. But again, with merchandising, I think that's the play here for the studio. Get that merchandising money.
Well, we're going to see, because the other thing that my projection was right on, which unfortunately I didn't get a chance to talk to it about it too much during the podcast, but Mark and I had spoken previous, and one of my favorite genres of movies is horror movies. I love horror movies from, the enjoyment of watching them and then the opportunity for big ROI. The movie that just came out was 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Now, 28 Days Later is my top 5 favorite horror movies, right? I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. It was the zombie genre, but they switched it around and they turned it upside down, and I thought it did really well. Then they came out with 28 Weeks Later, and then 28 Years Later, and now they just released 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Big bomb, right? $75 million budget, 150 million. They didn't do a lot of marketing, so let's say collectively 100 million. It's still in the theaters, which it'll be on Prime or one of the other streaming services shortly, but just did not make money. So for the start of the year, when we're looking at the release schedule, first big release of the year so far, and it's just not coming out well. Then we got Crime 101 coming out. Chris Hemsworth, big fan. Although Thor, I don't know, he just lost interest, or the writers lost interest or something, but Thor has really gone downhill. But then you got Pedro Pascal, Mark Ruffalo. So we'll see how that goes.
Well,
on paper, it should do well.
Halle Berry's also in that movie.
Yeah, Halle Berry also.
Yeah.
Big cast. Then you got The Bride, which I will show the trailer for The Bride, because there's 2 movies that I was like, I'm kind of on the fence. And then I watched the trailers, and they should have an award for like trailer editor. I don't know. I think that should be an Oscar category if it's not already. But I'm going to play this trailer, and I'm going to play The Mummy a little bit later, but when you watch this trailer, Christian Bale, without knowing anything about the movie other than it's called The Bride, I would love to get feedback or hear what you guys think about that. So let's put this on.
Can anybody help me? Please. I didn't want this. I didn't want any of this. Please. Help. Help. What?
And for anybody's interested, her name is Jessie Buckley.
An accident.
An accident, huh?
We dug you up, then we brought you back to life.
Get on stage, and I call her by her first name.
What do you want with a dead girl?
I'm the same, born from the dead. I am a monster.
Yeah, so am I.
Right? Horror, a little bit of comedy.
This world is a black hole.
The corrupt are going to see life is here and it's coming to you from the monsters.
Yes! Yes!
Everybody dance! Everybody sing!
Good music, good energy.
Please don't hurt me, please. I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for? Did you do something wrong? Something you thought you might get away with?
Stop right there!
Screaming my name.
The dead have got something to say. And I'm saying it.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
No, just the bride.
Huh? Good, right?
I think that is going to be a 1,000% flop.
You are insane.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Let me give you my rationale.
Go ahead.
Because not even a month and a half ago, 2 months, Frankenstein came out, and that's garnered a lot of award-worthy type
Yeah, a lot of attention.
This just looks like it looks like Suicide Squad meets Thriller.
Oh, because Suicide Squad stunk.
I know, and this looks like it's got a making of a big flop. I'm surprised
All right,
Christian
so-
Bale wanted that part.
Because it's good. It's so good.
Who's
So
the-
here we go, folks. This is our next bet for the season. I'm going to put the second bet up. I think The Bride is going to make money. So if The Bride makes money, I keep your $5. If The Bride loses money and does not make money, you get the T-shirt. So I'm going to reverse one on this one. I think this is going to be one of the sleepers of the year from a ROI perspective. Although it's a little high for me from a budget perspective, 80 to 100 million. So this thing's got to go do 160, 170 million to break even. But I think it's going to be a sleeper. There's nothing else coming out when it comes out. It's coming out right around the time of spring break. Weather's going to be crappy. It's going to rain for a month. People are going to have nothing to do. They're going to go see the movie. That's where I think we're at. But it's got to do money in the first 2 or 3 weeks, because right after that, you got Project Hail Mary coming out, Ryan Gosling from the guy who did The Martian. And then my big prediction for the year, you got Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out right after that in April. So this thing's got about a month to get some sort of traction or following, or it's in big trouble. But I don't know. That's going to be my my next bet on the website. I'm going to predict that as a winner.
Man, that's a hefty number. So 180 million, call it, right? Well, 160 to 180 million, that's the break even point. So
Yeah.
you think that is going to, basically what you're saying, it's going to gross 200 million worldwide.
Yeah.
The Bride
That's
of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
This-
Jesse Buckley, Christian Bale. I think Jake Gyllenhaal, I think, had a little bit of a cameo going in there. Yeah, dude, that's it.
All right,
So
so we
whatever.
got to definitely track this on the site because
Yeah.
I'm voting thumbs down on this, way down. I don't think it breaks 100 million. That's just my prediction. Okay, next one. Well, you're
Now, guys, hold on. Let me say, we're only talking major releases, right? There's a lot of other releases that
Yes,
are going on.
right.
So anybody's going to be like, well, hey, you got Wuthering Heights coming out in February. Like,
right.
I love Margot Robbie, but that movie is a bomb before it was made. Nobody's going to see Wuthering Heights, so I'm not including it in my major release list. So
Yeah.
it's not everything; it's major releases. All right, so go ahead.
I was going to say your projected winner, hands down, you said was going to be Super Mario Brothers, right?
100%.
Okay, and it's definitely going to make money. The budget was about 100 million ish, right? And you said this thing might top the billion number.
Yeah, I think it's going to do $1 billion.
Wow, that's a huge number. My pick was Avengers Doomsday, only because.
No, you can't pick Doomsday. Doomsday's too easy. And guys, if you didn't listen, and just a quick refresher, Doomsday has like a $600 million.
Sorry,
break even.
you're right. You're right. I picked Star Wars Mandalorian.
You did. You picked,
Right.
the Grogu nonsense.
Right.
Yes.
So it's gotta. Here's the thing: every Star Wars spin-off or Star Wars movie has grossed at least 400 million.
okay.
Their
What about
budget.
Solo?
No, I think we looked this up. I think
Yeah,
we looked
did.
this
I
up.
don't remember.
Everything was like the bottom line was like 400 million. So their budget was about 200. So it has to gross 400 to break even, like 350, right? To break even.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's going to make, I'm going to put Mandalorian at about 550.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a hard opinion on that. So Grogu 550. I'll stick that on the chart. We're going to put that at 550. And guys, when we nail this and we get all these numbers right, I'm going to demand a show on like Sirius or something. I'll be like, you got to give us a show. We nailed every movie for 2026, or we're way off and we're like two buffoons. And then you can put us on because it's going to be funny because we don't know what we're talking about.
We got to be within 10% of our prediction to have any credibility. Would you agree? So if you say, John, I'm just saying, you put $1 billion out there, it's got to do at least 900 million for us to be credible. Likewise, for Mandalorian, it's got to do at least 400 million, which I think no doubt it will. See,
and Doomsday, just for a reminder for everybody, Doomsday has to be in the top 5 movies of all time in order to make money because of the amount of marketing that they're pumping into this. So that's why when Mark and I were talking, I'm like, you can't count Doomsday because you know it's going to make money, but the number is so high that it's just got to go nuts in order to get up there.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
All right, we're just sticking with major releases. The Odyssey.
I got a lot of hope for the Odyssey. I'm kind of digging that.
150 to 200 mil on the budget, plus marketing. You're at 300 million for the Odyssey. Another big number, man. And these are major releases, so they have major budgets attached.
Yeah.
So for this to make money, at minimum, it's got to do about 300 to 325.
For the Odyssey?
Yes.
I don't know. I think the way they're marketing that thing, I think it's probably going to have to do closer to 5. Like the budget for that one is one of those things where Christopher Nolan keeps a lot of that data pretty tight until things start to get released. So there's multiple numbers that are out there right now when we start looking at the budget. But I don't know. Let me see. Do I have a trailer for that?
Yeah, I was going to say, because Christopher Nolan, and you know this, he probably is my favorite director next to, I think he's probably my favorite director.
I do not have an Odyssey trailer, which is my miss, but I do have Moana. So I definitely prioritized appropriately.
I did
But
see that. It's the live version, you know,
yeah,
of
live version. But guys, go out, watch the trailer for the Odyssey. Matt Damon looks awesome. The movie looks great. Um, it's a little long, but yeah, I got high hopes. I think the Odyssey is one of those big potential blockbusters. Plus, Christopher Nolan.
dude,
Um,
his track record is so stellar.
yeah, Oppenheimer, right? He's Mr. Oppenheimer. So
Dude,
um,
I mean, and he's done, you know, the large, like the Supermans, the Justice League. He did the Batmans. Like he did the best
the good
versions of,
Batmans.
yeah,
Yeah,
with Christian
yeah,
Bale, and then, you know, with Henry Cavill with the Man of Steel. I thought that was, and I talked about this forever, but that was hands down the best Superman. I think that was filmed. The new one, oh my god! I mean, it's a joke compared to
yeah.
Chris
The
Nolan's
dog, the
version.
one with the dog. I don't know. Just call it the one with the dog. It's not good. Um, the other ones, and just to kind of switch gears here for a second. So, the top three movies predicted, just kind of industry wide, of what people are projecting are going to do really well are The Odyssey, Spider Man Brand New Day, and Toy Story 5. So, those are kind of predicted as the sure wins. I'm throwing Super Mario Galaxy in there because I think that's guaranteed to do something. And then the bottom three for the summer right now and going into 2026 are Disclosure Day, just because it's Emily Blunt, it's Steven Spielberg, but the budget's pretty high. It's a little confusing the way it's done. I do have a trailer for that. I'll show that shortly. Project Hail Mary, which is Ryan Gosling, Martian, which we mentioned, and then Masters of the Universe. Those are the top three, or the bottom three of the season. But Spielberg always does well. But I'm going to show the trailer real quick because, in all honesty, it is kind of confusing. Um, you know, there's things like Emily Blunt with her clicking sounds, which I'm not really sure what's going on there. And then
Yeah, she sounds like an alien. Like,
yeah,
what's up with the clicks?
she sounds like the Starvin Marvin in South Park. Like when they go to Starvin Marvin and they try to
Yes.
talk like him, that's what she sounds like. So you guys be your own judge when I play this, but that's pretty much what you're gonna hear.
If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Let's. Today is. Today's.
Sally Fields hiding in the trailer, eating all the food.
Yeah, she sounds like a Dr. Pepper
People have a
commercial.
right to know the truth.
Yeah, not good.
It belongs to 7 billion people.
What is it?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. So I'm gonna show you.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world. All at once.
People keep wondering. Encountering the unknown.
They're coming! They're coming!
They are starved for the truth.
Do you think there could be others?
Why would he make such a vast universe? Yet save it only for us?
All right. I think this goes back to when we were talking about just the lack of originality that's coming out of Hollywood, right? Hey, there's aliens, they live among us. Are they here? Where did they come from? I mean, there's a million movies that follow this. I mean, honestly, there's nothing better than They Live. If you guys haven't seen that, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Go back to the 80s. Watch They Live. He puts his glasses on. I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. Guys, just go watch They Live. You'll love it. And then watch Disclosure Day and tell me which one you like better.
Yes, but it was confusing. But the thing is, like, if I see this trailer and I know nothing about anything, I know it's tied to aliens, but I'm just trying to, like, I kind of struggle with what is the premise. But according to the Disclosure Day movie, it's a science fiction film about global first contact with extraterrestrials.
Yeah, never seen that before.
Right.
You know? Didn't he do this? Wasn't Steven Spielberg? Was he Close Encounters of the Third Kind, or was that George Lucas? It was one of them, but I don't know. Haven't they done it enough? Come on, Steve. We expect better.
Yeah, and he's up there. He's got to. I mean,
yeah,
he's got to be in his 70s, 80s, maybe even.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's gonna, like, what are they projecting this one to be?
Let's go back. The budget on this thing's got to be something crazy.
Yeah,
180 million budget, so it's got to do 400 million. I don't know, just not feeling it. And Emily Blunt's good. Like, she does a great job. Edge of Tomorrow is one of my favorite movies. With
Love
Tom
that movie.
Cruise.
That was
Yeah,
one of
great.
my favorites.
Yeah. Do I have something on my face, soldier? Yeah, I love it. She's great. But
Yes.
Disclosure Day, I don't know.
180 million. Wow, that's a big number. Here's another one. It's a actually, this is not a. It is considered a major release. Dune Part 3. Your boy Timothy.
Chalamet.
Yeah,
I love Timothy Chalamet.
175 to 200 million. How did the other Dunes actually perform?
I think Dune 1 did really well. I'm not sure about the other two. Let's take a look and see where they're at.
Yeah.
Dune.
All right, here you go. Dune Part 1. 433 million worldwide.
Okay.
Part 2. Wow. 715.
Nice, respectable.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, that's almost doubled, right?
Yeah.
I saw both movies, and I got to tell you, Part 1 was very it dragged a while.
Yeah,
Part 2
slow.
was better because it had what's his name who played Elvis? He was great in that movie. God, I forget.
Kurt Russell.
No. The guy who played Elvis, what was his name?
Kevin
on.
Costner.
Man, you were so bad with this.
These guys all played Elvis. Come on.
No, the recent Elvis.
Oh, Lee Butler. Is that his name?
His name is Austin Butler.
Austin Butler. I was close.
He played Fahid Ratha. Dude, that was some good ass acting. And then the fight scene, and then I forgot about Dune, but when they were going over like kind of the storyline, all the background relationships that were tied in the movie, I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. So, and it was a much better film than the first one. So I'm hoping the third one, I'll probably go watch it because Timothy's a good actor, and I think, just the movie concept in and of itself is pretty original, right? I mean, so.
Yeah, well, it's a great book. I mean, the books by all those. I mean, the whole series of books is great. I mean, it's like reading the encyclopedia when you try to sit down and read the whole thing. But great storyline, great characters, great development.
Yeah.
Put it up there with the Twilight, right? Like, you get great books with great content with great following. They're Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, all those guys. Like, they were a success before they even started.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could have doomed them with just overall badness, but.
Yeah. So we went through basically all the major releases. And if you look at the non, quote unquote, major releases, I'm looking through the movie titles.
Well, you got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. You got Toy Story 5, which, like I told you before, is in the top 5 or top 3 projected successes. You got Moana, which... when Mark and I were talking about it the other day, and we were talking about all these Disney movies, I'm like, why would they continue to make these Disney live princess movies? But every Disney movie live action about a princess since 2014 has made money with the exception of two. One was Mulan that came out in the middle of COVID, had a bunch of other issues around it, and it went straight to Disney Plus, and it did really, really well streaming. And it's a good movie. And then you got Snow White 2025 with Rachel Zegler.
Yeah. I think that was the only bomb out of
that was a bomb. Yeah, big bomb.
Yeah, Mulan was actually a good movie.
And Moana looks good. I mean, I forget I'm gonna butcher this name. I have a theme where I butcher one name at least every episode. Catherine Lagaya. Hopefully I got that right. She's playing Moana, but she looks great as the character. She can sing. You got The Rock running around. Like overall, I think it's going to do really well. And it's all the metrics, the data, the statistics say this thing's making money. There's no question about it.
Yeah, I think without a doubt that thing is going to make money. So how much did the original Moana make?
The cartoon?
Yeah, let me find out.
Yeah, I'm sure it did really, really well. You know, the
wow, 687.
I was going to say just under $1 billion, so I would have been off.
Well, actually, so the original 687 Moana 2, released in late 2024, became a massive hit, surpassing 1 billion globally.
Nice.
Holy moly. And then you ask, why are they doing this in a live version?
Yeah, guaranteed. Right. Disney,
right.
Disney's got it together.
Disney will do it in a robotic version, right? Like, they don't care.
Yeah.
Then
they're going to build they got the whole center of Epcot now that's all around Moana. Like, they know how to drive the audience.
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive. I didn't know it was making that kind of money, but
yeah, wow. It's wholesome, right? It's good, wholesome fun. It's great for the kids. Kids and family movies do really well. So good for them. Good for Disney. Then you got this other bomb. Like,
which one?
I just shake my head when I look at some of this stuff. Like, what is going on? The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. Guys, this is down at the bottom. There's no way in hell this movie's making money. They haven't even released the cast. Like, they haven't released who the stars are going to be, and it's coming out in November, and it's got a $100 to $150 million projected budget. Like, stop with the Hunger Games nonsense already. It's done. Go find something else to do. Then you got Spider-Man: Brand New Day coming out in July. That's going to do really well.
Well, FYI, though, I know you have a disdain for the Hunger Games franchise, but let me just run through the numbers with you. First Hunger Games.
Start with the sword and the serpent, or whatever that last stink pot was. What was that one?
You mean the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes?
That's it.
Okay, 336 million. That was the worst.
Yeah, on what kind of budget?
I don't have the budget. I'm just giving you gross dollars, but I mean, okay. you can imagine it probably cost about 100 to 150 million, with maybe 200 with marketing. But let me take you back to 2013. Catching Fire, 865 million.
Yeah, the first two Hunger Game movies were great.
Yes.
Third one, not so good, and then it's just gone downhill since.
And you're right in terms of the dollars too. So the second one, 755. The third one. Oh, actually, no, I got this wrong. I'm reading it in gross dollars from the highest to actually 2012, the original Hunger Games, 694.
Yeah.
Okay, the second one, 865.
Okay.
The third one, and these are 1 year apart releases.
Yeah, quick.
The third one, 2014, 755. That was the Mockingjay Part 1. Yeah. Mockingjay Part 2, 653. So the Songbirds one was the only one that, quote unquote, flopped. But still, right? Like, if this one is about 100, 150 million, 200 including marketing, it made money. And I think this one, if it can beat Songbirds, it's profitable.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at the data. I'm kind of just watching the trend. With the Hunger Games, the original low $78 million budget came in almost 700 million earnings, right?
Yes.
Big win. Let's do it again. Big win. Let's do it again. Big win. Third one, biggest budget, smallest earnings, right? Okay, I'm noticing a trend starting to come down. Songbirds and Snakes. Whoa. Stop the slide. Another big loss.
Well, here's the problem. And you, if you look at the release dates, 2012, 13, 14, 15, in succession, then they took a break and people forgot about it, maybe. And then they came out with Songbirds literally 8 years later. Like, of course there's going to be a fall off.
Yeah, and now they're going to do it again.
Yeah. So that's what, 3 years after Songbird. So it's probably going to fall in that 300 million range.
All right, so guys, this is another one going on the list. If you can make it with us until November, we'll give it till the end of the year. I'm projecting a big loss on this one. It's a loss.
You know,
loss column.
So the t-shirt contest, like if somebody would just comment so we have it kind of official, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and say, and I don't know, they come within a few $1 million. Like, how do you want, like, let's just say.
No, it's a loss. Like, it's either a win or a loss. Like, I'm not saying it's going to make 750 million. Now we'll put that on the graph. Like, we'll make the graph like a projected dollar amount. But if you place a bet, you're just going to say win or loss.
Okay. So your $5.
Yeah.
He-Man bet.
Yeah.
They're betting $5 that it makes money. It's profitable.
Yes,
okay.
Correct. And I'm saying it's not.
Okay.
And I'm saying the bride will be profitable. So you put your $5 down. You should put $5 in. You should put 10.
I think I might take that bet. I want that action.
Yeah, the bride, because you're not getting a shirt unless you put your $5 in. Otherwise, you get no shirt.
Right.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Millie Alcox.
Oh God, terrible. Can you play that? Did you play?
Yeah, I can play that. I'm on the fence. I like the dark aspect of it, but I'm a little on the fence.
So I think it was the last Flash movie. She was in it, or Supergirl was in that movie. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was Superman as a woman. That's a whole different thing. Sasha Calle, because he turned the multiverse upside down with all his shenanigans. So that wasn't Supergirl. Supergirl's not in the Flash. It's a whole craziness.
No, if you in the storyline, she called it out that it was her brother.
That's in the Superman movie with the dog when she comes in. Her cousin. They're cousins.
Is that the same girl that's playing this one?
In the end of the dog Superman, same girl. But Sasha Calle, I think her name is the one that was in the Flash.
Yeah.
See, that's why DC stinks so bad. Like, they switch all these characters. They got Clooney walking in at the end of the Flash. Come on, just stop with the nonsense already. Hollywood, please.
Yeah,
please.
It's all over the place.
Stop with the nonsense. All right, what am I looking at? Oh,
so I thought we're gonna play the Supergirl trailer.
Yeah. All right, folks, here we go. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time. Good job, buddy. I, Zor-El, hereby declare that 23 will be the best year yet. Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear.
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Krypton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well.
For you guys.
Do others on your planet have powers like you?
No, it's a pretty small group of 2.
What's Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
There you go. 626. Boom. Supergirl.
Director Craig Gillespie.
Don't know. You have to look him up. And Millie, she's really known for House of the Dragon. She was Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen in House of the Dragon. That's kind of been her big role. And she was in another movie called The School in 2018, which is a horror thriller. She played one of the characters. And then you got the Superman cameo with Kara Zor-El, and now Supergirl. So I like the fact that they're casting a relatively unknown, but she honestly, until I read this, I didn't put 2 and 2 together about her in House of the Dragon. But she was great in House of the Dragon. So there's hope.
I'm gonna vote no. I'm gonna vote this absolutely doesn't make money. Actually, you know who would have been a great cast? Do you watch
Sydney Sweeney?
Listen, The Boys. Yeah. Remember The Boys?
Yeah.
So the girl that played Annie, she had like Annie January, I think her name was in the Boys series.
She was like the Trump Master, Make America Great character, right? She was like the hillbilly superhero.
Well,
yes,
I don't know
I know you're talking about.
She would have been a great Supergirl.
Yeah, like the trailer hero.
Yeah. So check this out. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you're right. Okay. Anyway, so this guy, director guy, Craig, check out his lineup. This is why I know this is going to be a bomb. 2017, I, Tonya Harding.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Okay. Cruella in 2021.
Yeah.
Cruella 2. Fright Night.
Yeah, the remake.
$1 Million Arm. The Finest Hours. Mr. Woodcock. Chippendales. I mean, God, I don't think any of those made money. What is Craig Giuseppe's best reviewed movie? I, Tonya.
Yeah, but if you look at that had a very small budget, and it probably did pretty well from a return perspective. So.
Okay, so what is this? What is the budget? Here we go. We're going budget on Supergirl.
Hey, ask Kamala if the Facebook Live stopped.
Okay.
I got a couple updates saying that the Facebook Live stream stopped.
All right, let me text her.
Yeah.
But while we're
we'll keep going.
Looking that up. What was the budget for Supergirl?
Hold on. Pretty hefty. 200 million plus. So it's got to do 400, 500.
Mm-hmm.
The other piece is Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I just noticed this.
Mm-hmm.
For everybody who watches Stranger Things, I love Sadie Sink. And Sadie Sink is in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And she's another one of those actors out there that's kind of like a sleeper success. Like anything she's in just makes money. So she's another one to watch for that. If she's in a movie, just from a statistical perspective, it does well. So I think on top of everything that Tom Holland has going for him and the Spider-Man franchise has going for him, she's one of the people that I look for. And if they're in there, it's just another feather to say that thing's going to do okay.
So it is It's back up
Okay.
on the tube.
All right. Yeah. Maybe it didn't like the trailer. Maybe there's some sort of copyright or something on the trailer that it didn't like.
Right.
I don't know. We're still figuring it out, folks.
Yeah, I don't, dude. Supergirl's not gonna make money. I'm calling it. You know what? I'll put $100 on that.
Oh boy. Well,
I
keep in
know.
mind, you
we might get
got all
regulated
10
here.
of our followers go in and put that hundy down. It's going to cost you some money. What if 10 people take that bet?
The gaming commission might come after me, right? Like I don't know, something.
Wire Federal Wire Act.
Yes. I should probably cut it out.
Yeah,
But-
that's one hundy for all the listeners out there. Anybody wants that bet, you contact Mark offline. I'll post his email address for you. I'm looking out for you. I'm trying to protect you from 1,000 people coming in and betting 100 on that.
All right, let's
That's
talk
one
about
bet.
let's talk about a movie. It's a franchise movie,
Okay.
not considered a major release. Mortal Kombat 2.
Ay.
Why?
Yeah, that's the question of the summer, folks. Why? Why would you make this movie?
So I watched the other one that came out. When was it? I think 2021.
They've been going since like the 90s,
No.
right? I mean, there's so many versions.
Yes, you are correct. They were cheesy, but I'm talking about the one, the most. Let's just say the most recent one, and it came out in 2021. Let's see, because I don't think that made a ton of money.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Dude, I was a major ass kicker in Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
back
wow.
Back in the arcades.
Yeah. Same
Yeah.
here. Well,
Put the
actually,
quarter up. I'd spend all day on that thing.
no, but when it got on, what was it like PlayStation and stuff? I was a lot better.
Yeah.
Dude, terrible.
Hold on. For all our young listeners out there, they used to have these buildings and it was full of video games. And you could go in and your mom would give you $5
Yeah.
and then go shop. And you had to make that $5 last because otherwise you'd sit there for 2 hours if you blew your $5 and you had to wander around, watch people play games. So that was like evolution of having to make yourself get good while your mom, that was your babysitter when you were young. So when we talk about how we had to go play these games, you guys had no idea the nonsense that we had to deal with to go in with the older guys trying to take your quarter, and then they brought tokens in. All right, back to the 21st century.
I mean, my experiences in the arcade weren't that traumatic. I just
Yeah,
went
because
in
you
there,
don't remember me going in and taking your quarters from you?
dude. I kept my head down and just played my games and walked out as soon as my $5 was spent. Okay, so check this out. 2021 Mortal Kombat earned. Just take a guess. Worldwide.
What was the budget? What was the budget?
Doesn't have the budget.
All right. I'm going to say global earnings, Mortal Kombat 1, 218 million.
Dude, you're gonna laugh. 84 million. How
Yeah.
pathetic is that?
And they said, hey, Carl Urban, you got a lot of success coming out of Bad Boys or The Boys. Let's go throw you in Mortal Kombat 2 and humiliate you again. Thanks, Warner Brothers. Appreciate that.
I mean, but The Boys is a good. I mean, it's pretty graphic and pretty
Yeah,
outlandish.
The Boys is great. I love The Boys. I watched it. I watched all the derivatives. I watched all the stuff. And guys, for everybody out there, and I feel like I need to say this out loud, that thinks that we're just like shitting on Mortal Kombat 2. We're just going by the track record of what this thing has done previously and the data that's out there telling us like what's going to go on. You think anybody's going to look at Sadie Sink and be like, man, you're a superstar. Like, she's solid, but her movies make money. Why? Because she gets on base, right? So that's all we're doing. We're just looking at the track record. We're looking at the trends. We're looking at how Hunger Games came out of the gates fast and furious and then dropped off until the last movie did nothing. We're looking at the Disney movies and saying, man, these princess live action movies crush it. Let's make another one. But when you look at Mortal Kombat, like, I love Carl Urban. I'm not shitting on Carl Urban. I'm just saying, like, why, Warner Brothers, would you put $150 million into a movie that's probably going to make 60? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe there's some crazy math behind it, but we have yet to figure that out. Like, is there a insurance policy? You lose money, I'll pay you anyway. But I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
whatever
I'm done my
reason.
rant.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, and no, I agree with you 100%. But for whatever reason, Mortal Kombat has like, it has so much potential, right? Like, let's just say they never made a Mortal Kombat flick ever, and you you got a budget of 200 million. My God, like you give it to you give that to Christopher Nolan, that is a blockbuster. You give it to this guy, Simon
Nicholas Galedson.
No,
Oh,
it's Simone McCoy, whatever. But it's rated R. I do
Yeah,
like
violent.
that.
They're super violent.
Yeah.
Bloody, violent gore. And guys, Warner Brothers, give me 10. Give me 10. I'll make you 5 times your investment back. Give me 10. I will guarantee you 50, 60 million. Guaranteed.
Man, and that's such a big budget. 150. Do we have a clip on this? I gotta see
On Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
I don't, but I can get one for the next time.
All right, because I need to look that up and see it, because the first one, I watch a true story. I watched the 2021 version because of the trailer. The trailer was so good. And you've been there, right? Where you saw the trailer and you're like, holy shit, I gotta see this. And you sit through a movie and you're like, oh wow. The trailer
a couple
was
Jordan Peele movies like that.
Right.
I'm like, man,
Yes.
the trailers are great. And I walk in, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah. It's like watching our podcast. Right?
Yeah. The TikTok clips look spot on.
Yeah.
Oh, folks, if you've made it this long into this journey, because we're busting in about an hour, even though we said we were going to stay 45 minutes. We need followers on TikTok. Like, go to TikTok, follow us, tell your friends, follow us. Like, we got to get followers on TikTok. I'm having a lot of trouble going live on TikTok because there's all these controls. Facebook and Instagram are like, we don't care, go ahead. But TikTok is tight, and we need followers to go live. So you guys got to help us out.
Yeah. Follow us, go live, and just put your phone down. You don't even need to watch or listen to us. Just put the phone down and do your laundry. Who cares?
Yeah. Or just give it to your wife and let her just walk around with it.
Right. And make fun of us.
Or your partner, significant other, whatever. I don't judge. You do what you got to do.
All right. So in the release tab that we have in our spreadsheet, is there anything else and we already talked about The Mummy, but was there anything else here?
Yeah, I'm going to show the trailer. I'm going to show the trailer for The Mummy, and I want to get that in because this is worth watching, folks. This is my sleeper hit for the summer, for the year.
I'm with you on this one.
Yeah. And we're going to play the trailer. I'm going to put this way at the far right of my graph when we start figuring out how to build that. This movie is going to be the big one. So I'm going to play that right now, and you guys let us know. BH. That's good, man. That's good. That's my second nominee for Trailer Academy Award winner.
Yeah, and I think we touched on this last time, but you saw The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and you saw The Mummy with Tom Cruise, right? I would say The Mummy with Brendan Fraser was just it started off really good, and I got excited because I don't know if you remember in the movie in the very beginning where they got mummified technically, and I was like, wow, this is going to be like scary, edgy, and then it became all like
comedy.
Yeah. But that's why I did appreciate the way they did the second one with Tom Cruise. Yeah, it was it was a little scary, right? But and they picked a great actress for that too to play the mummy. I thought she was great. She was also in I think something Moon, that movie. Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, I think she was a great actress. This one looks really good. I hope it's as good as that damn trailer.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope it's good. I wasn't really sure what to expect going into that, and then I saw that trailer and Weapons, which I really enjoyed Weapons, and I was like, I'm watching this. There's no question about it. So
Dude, and it's a relatively low budget, 50 to 70 million.
Blumhouse, that's his motive. That's
Yeah,
his way to go.
yeah, that's a good MO. So I'm gonna predict. Why don't you throw a number for the Mummy?
All right, so
You know what
Mummy
sucks?
is
You know what sucks? Before you answer that, you know what really
Yeah.
sucks though? Not all movies were created equal in terms
Yeah.
of their theatrical releases, right? Like they all have like some might get released in 1,000 theaters versus 2,500, 3,000, right? Because that obviously plays a big role in gross revenue. I have no idea if the Mummy's going to be a wide theatrical release, but let's just say it is. I think this thing does like 350, 380.
Well, Weapons had a big release, so if they can get the same type of release as Weapons, and then Weapons got that little bit of cult following to go along with it, but I think it's going to do better. So I think budget
More than
50 to
three-
70. Yeah,
More than 380.
yeah. So budget's 50 to 70.
We got to write that down, John.
Write it down. I got a recording. Hopefully this thing's working. Let's call it 60 million, 120 million to break even. I think it's
Yes.
going to do 500 to 600 million.
Wow, that's a huge number. I mean, when is it going to when is the April?
April.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing that might hurt you because I think historically April movies, depending, they don't. I mean, I don't think they go up that high.
I don't know. You got The Devil Wears Prada 2. Nobody cares about that. You
Yeah.
got Mortal Kombat 2. We already said it's going to bomb. The week before, you got Ready or Not 2, which I love Samara Weaving.
Really?
Yeah. We should do a thing on Samara Weaving because
Okay.
I like her so much and I could talk to her about her for an hour. Ready or Not 2, which I did enjoy the first one, but The Mummy, you got Blumhouse, low budget, high return. His track record says he's going to knock it out of the park. So I'm just going to go based on the data alone and based on his average return.
Okay.
I think it's going to go 500 to 600 million. And I don't know anything about Jack Rayner, who's the lead. Like I tried to look him up. I didn't really know anything else that he had been in. So it's not even I can base it on him. I'm just basing it on the production company,
Okay.
on the studio.
All right. So I didn't look this up prior, but I just looked it up now. So the 99 film, Brendan Fraser,
Yeah.
$80 million budget. And I get it. Inflation, you factor all that nonsense in, right? But it did 417 in
Big.
1999. That is huge. So the Tom Cruise one, the reboot in 2017 did 410. So you might actually be on to something. I'm calling it at 380, but
All right. So maybe this is when we set like an over under because we know it's going to make money.
yes.
So maybe we
I
set
like
an
that
over under on the Mummy.
Yes.
We'll have to come up with a number. We'll put it on the website. We'll say, here's the over under on the on the Mummy. Here's some of the other bets that you can go. And guys, you got to understand, we give away shirts and stuff because I can't legally take a bet. Like that would be heavily frowned upon. I think we got shut off Facebook twice already because I'm showing trailers. Can you imagine what would happen if we actually started taking bets?
Yes.
So that's what we're gonna go with.
Is there a money line on like over under on gross dollars for movies? I wonder in Vegas, maybe.
I don't know. I know this whole Kalshi thing, you can bet on whatever you want, but I haven't done it. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
But all right. Start the trend there. Try to get a little action going.
Yeah.
And if you guys want something different other than shirts, like throw it out there. Like, I don't know, maybe if we can get some sort of sponsor like movie passes or tickets or something.
No, I got
movie
something
related.
better. John, I got something better. You ready for this?
Your iPod headphones?
No.
You can
Negative.
give those away. Okay.
Negative. Our bobbleheads. So they can beat them. When we have terrible podcasts, they could
Mark and John bobblehead.
Yes. I think smash them against the drywall.
Maybe we get the bobbleheads and we make that like an over under prize and we have some different levels of prizes. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, go to TikTok, Share it out. Get us followers. We need followers so we can start going live there as well. Then leave your comments on Facebook. Leave them into the video. Leave them on the chat. Leave them in the website, mkpcast.com. Help us promote this thing. Help us get it out. I'll get this recording up. I'll do a little editing to make us look a little better than we actually are. We'll get it posted, and we're looking for our next star. So we've talked about Ashton Kutcher. We've talked about Clooney, Sandler. Those guys always come up, but they're big money makers. And then I had another one, and I can't think of who it was. Hold on. You guys talk for a minute. I'm going to take a look for a second.
Well, I had one, and you said he's just not recognizable enough. So let me find his
nobody
name.
knows. Say his name. You don't even remember his name because nobody knows who he is.
No, but he's like data-wise, he's the most. He's the worst ROI actor.
Oh, Nicolas Cage, right?
No.
Hold
on. Let me find him.
While you're looking that up, so Dakota Johnson was thrown out at me. Potential movie killer, Dakota Johnson. I got to do a little research on that.
I just watched a movie with her. It was like one of those B movies. She is I'm very one-dimensional, but
yeah. So she's on the list. Nicolas Cage is the biggest bomb of all time from an actor perspective, but he also has a bunch of hits, so it's hit or miss. Good.
You want to hear? This is interesting, and this is coming from the internet, and then they have they cite their data, so this is not just made up. Actors with long careers and repeated box office underperformance. You're right, Nick Cage. He is but his career,
yes, forever,
40 years plus.
Yeah,
that's a no-brainer. But this is the name, Taylor Kitsch. His notable flop. They spent a ton of money, and he never recovered. That's the thing. They set him up for this blockbuster to be, and it just totally fizzled. Actually, twice. John Carter. Do you remember that movie?
I do, yeah.
And
I
then,
actually have like one of three people that like John Carter.
Okay, wow. And the other one was Battleship.
Oh, I like Battleship too.
Dude, you are
Rihanna.
Yeah,
Rihanna was in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're like in the extreme minority. You're like in the minority of the minority.
Yeah, and guys, this is why I don't use my likes as a guide, because I like some terrible movies. Like I think we've talked about this. I'm the one of 4 people who like Sucker Punch, right? So I can't go by the movies that I like. But so he was John Carter. I like John Carter. Oh, what about Cara Delevingne?
See, I don't know her.
You look her up, you'll recognize her face, but she's another movie killer all day. And can you say douchebag in a podcast?
Yes.
The douchebag that was in the movie with her about the 10 million planets or whatever it was called. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely not.
Guys, this is why I have to edit so hard.
Yeah. So while you're thinking about that and looking it up,
yeah.
I don't know if it's fair to include actors that have such a long career where at some point, they hit their peak and they just been in complete regression since. Like Bruce Willis.
Like Alicia Silverstein.
Alicia
Silverstone.
She probably had one movie.
She was Clueless. You know who she is.
I know, but she had one movie. That was the only movie she's really ever had.
And Batman and Robin.
Oh, man.
Oh, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Trash.
God, that thing was awful. And then you got Emile Hirsch. He's another movie killer. See, the list is long. We just have to pick people that are relevant because,
I know.
Kristen Stewart, nobody wanted to watch. Jennifer Lopez, I figured people would love to hate on Jennifer Lopez. That's got our lowest views of all the podcasts we've done so
See, they're
far.
not even the people, the haters are not even interested. Like, she's got zero appeal at this point in her career.
Yeah, I'm with you. So give us some.
Yeah, we'd like to hear your thoughts and, just comment, and then we'll talk about it. We'll research, make sure that the data supports the claim, and then we'll talk about that person.
And the other one that I'm really anxious to do, which I would love to get feedback on, James Franco. Franco is another like stinko.
I like him though.
But his
He's-
movies are like This Is the End
Yeah.
is one of the greatest movies. But This Is the End was great because of Danny McBride and the other people around. It wasn't great because of Franco, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill.
Dude, that was a all-star cast.
Yeah.
But an all-star cast of B-listers. I mean, they're not A-listers, right? By any stretch.
Maybe. Well, Jonah
No.
Hill, Oscar-nominated actor. So maybe.
Yeah.
4, Moneyball.
Yeah, I don't consider him an A-lister though, but
So
maybe he
we
is.
could bust on Franco for a while.
All right, we'll think about it, but
Yeah.
that's actually that might be a good candidate for the next one.
All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up. You guys know what to do. We are going to sign this off and figure out how to take the next steps. We appreciate you sticking with us and listening, and look forward to doing more of these. So thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.